Can you actually survive trading? Not win, survive. Because those are two completely different things. Every single year, millions of people enter trading believing they are only months away from freedom, a better house, a dream car, financial independence, escaping the stress of ordinary life, finally proving to themselves that they are capable of becoming successful. And honestly, that dream is powerful, maybe too powerful, because most beginners don't enter trading calmly. They enter emotionally. They enter trading after feeling stuck in life, after feeling financially behind, after watching people online their own age making money, traveling, buying cars, living freely. And suddenly, trading stops looking like a skill. It starts looking like escape. That's why so many beginners become emotionally obsessed so quickly. Not because they love charts. Not because they love economics. Because they desperately want their life to change. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the market is brutal toward emotional desperation. Because the moment someone emotionally needs trading to work, they stop thinking clearly. Every trade becomes emotional. Every loss feels personal. Every red candle feels like proof that maybe they're failing at life itself. And slowly, the charts stop becoming numbers. They become emotions. Hope, fear, greed, frustration, self-doubt. And that's the phase where most traders quietly disappear. Not because profitable trading is impossible, but because nobody prepared them for how mentally difficult this journey actually is. The internet lied to them. Social media made trading look exciting. Fast cars, luxury apartments, huge profits, 1-minute success stories. Nobody showed the emotional damage behind the scenes. Nobody showed the blown accounts. Nobody showed the nights staring at the ceiling wondering if they're wasting years chasing a dream that may never happen. Because real trading is not glamorous most of the time. Real trading is lonely. It's repetitive. It's emotionally exhausting. Some days you follow your setup perfectly and still lose money. Imagine how mentally confusing that feels as a beginner. You do everything correctly and still lose. That breaks people psychologically because beginners secretly believe, if I'm smart enough, I should win more quickly. But trading doesn't reward emotion. It doesn't reward desperation. It doesn't even reward intelligence alone. It rewards consistency, patience, discipline, emotional control, and most people enter trading without any of those skills developed. That's why survival becomes the real challenge first. Not profitability, survival. Because if you can survive the emotional phase, everything changes later. And this is the part most people quit before experiencing. The traders who survive long enough often become completely different people mentally after 2 years. Calmer, more disciplined, more patient, more emotionally controlled. And eventually, those same people who once struggled to make a profitable week start building things they once thought were impossible. Their dream bike, their first serious car, helping their parents financially, traveling freely, living without constantly checking their bank account in panic. Some eventually buy luxury homes. Some build businesses. Some create financial freedom for their families. Not because trading is magic, but because they survived long enough to become skilled. That's the difference. Most people quit during the phase where they still suck emotionally. And honestly, that phase is brutal. There will be moments where you doubt yourself completely. Moments where you question whether you're wasting your life. Moments where it feels like everyone else is progressing faster than you. And social media will make it worse. Because while you're struggling privately, the internet will keep showing teenagers posting massive profits beside rented Lamborghinis pretending they solved life at 19 years old. And if you compare your real journey to fake internet perfection, you'll destroy your confidence. That's why surviving trading requires emotional maturity more than most people realize. Because the market attacks human weakness directly. Impatience, greed, ego, fear, revenge. The market exposes all of it, which is why trading changes people psychologically more than almost any other skill. And honestly, that's why some people eventually become successful far beyond trading itself. Because they learn discipline. Real discipline. Not motivational quote discipline. The kind built through losses, through emotional pain, through forcing yourself to stay calm while your emotions scream at you to panic. And the people who survive that phase often become extremely dangerous in life afterward. Because once someone learns patience, emotional control, and long-term thinking, their entire mindset changes. That's the hidden reward of surviving trading. Not just money, transformation. But here's where the journey becomes dangerous. after the motivation phase disappears. Because in the beginning, almost every trader feels unstoppable. They study for hours, watch trading videos every night, journal setups, learn strategies. They genuinely believe success is close. And then reality hits. The losses start stacking. One bad trade becomes 3. 3 becomes 10. Then suddenly, something strange starts happening psychologically. The trader stops trusting themselves. Now every entry feels stressful. Every decision feels heavy. Every loss feels bigger emotionally than it should. And this is where most people start destroying themselves. Not because of strategy, because of emotion. They revenge trade. Increase lot sizes emotionally. Move stop losses. Take random entries out of frustration. Overtrade from boredom. And slowly, they stop behaving like traders. They start behaving like emotionally exhausted gamblers. That phase destroys millions of people. Because the market is one of the few environments where emotional weakness gets punished instantly. And beginners usually don't realize how emotional they are until they start trading real money. That's why some traders can know everything technically and still lose consistently. Because information alone doesn't create discipline. Execution does. Emotional control does. And honestly, this is the phase where trading becomes truly lonely. Because nobody around you understands what's happening inside your head. Your family thinks, why don't you just stop? Your friends think trading is luck. People online keep pretending they win every day. Meanwhile, you're sitting there wondering if you're becoming delusional, chasing financial freedom through candlestick charts. That emotional isolation becomes heavy. Very heavy. And many traders quietly quit during this phase. Not publicly. Quietly. They stop opening charts. Stop studying. Stop believing in themselves. Because deep down, they became emotionally exhausted. But here's the truth nobody tells beginners. Almost every profitable trader has gone through that exact phase. The self-doubt, the confusion, the losses, the feeling of questioning your own intelligence. That phase is normal. What matters is what happens next. Because some traders break emotionally there, and others adapt. The traders who survive start realizing something important. The market is not rewarding aggression. It's rewarding consistency. That realization changes everything. Now the trader starts thinking differently. Less emotional trades, less desperation, less obsession with becoming rich quickly, more patience, more journaling, more reviewing mistakes, honestly. And journaling is one of the biggest differences between emotional traders and improving traders. Because journaling forces honesty, brutal honesty. You start noticing patterns. You realize most of your biggest losses didn't come from bad setups. They came from emotional decisions. Taking trades while angry, ignoring your own rules, risking too much because you felt confident, trying to recover losses emotionally. That awareness becomes powerful. Because now the trader is no longer blindly reacting. Now they're learning. And this is where the future finally starts changing. Because if someone can survive this phase consistently for 2 years, their life can look completely different afterward. Not fantasy different. Actually different. Imagine waking up without financial panic constantly sitting in your chest. Imagine helping your parents without stressing over money. Imagine buying the bike you used to stare at online for hours. Imagine driving the car that once felt impossible. Imagine sitting in your own apartment knowing your skills created that reality. That's what keeps many traders going. Not greed, freedom. The possibility of becoming someone stronger than the version of themselves that started. And honestly, that possibility is real. But the market forces people to earn it psychologically first. Because trading exposes something most normal jobs never expose. Your inability to stay emotionally stable under pressure. And the traders who eventually improve learn how to remain calm while everything inside them wants to panic. That's a rare skill. A very rare skill. Because most people in life are emotionally reactive. Most people quit when things become uncomfortable. Most people chase instant gratification. Trading punishes all of those behaviors brutally, which is why surviving this journey changes people so deeply mentally. And eventually, the traders who once felt completely lost start becoming calmer than everyone around them because they already survived emotional chaos internally. They already survived self-doubt, losses, fear, pressure. That psychological strength becomes valuable far beyond charts. And honestly, that's the part social media never talks about. Now here's the part beginners need to hear carefully. Profitable trading does not happen when you suddenly become fearless. It happens when you finally stop letting emotions control every decision. That's the shift. And strangely, for most traders, that shift happens after pain, after losses, after emotional exhaustion. Because eventually the trader gets tired. Tired of revenge trading, tired of over-leveraging, tired of constantly restarting from zero, tired of chasing shortcuts. And slowly, they begin simplifying everything. One setup, one strategy, controlled risk, patience, consistency. That's when growth usually starts becoming real. Not dramatic, not overnight, quietly. The trader who once took 20 emotional trades a day now waits patiently for one clean setup. The trader who once risked half their account emotionally now protects capital carefully. The trader who once panicked during every loss now understands losses are part of probabilities, and that emotional maturity changes everything. Because now trading stops feeling like gambling. Now it starts becoming a skill, a business, a long-term game. And honestly, that's the point where many traders finally start seeing progress. Not because they discovered some secret indicator, but because they finally stopped sabotaging themselves emotionally. That's why surviving the early phase matters so much. Because most people quit before they ever become disciplined enough to see their true potential. And this next part is important. Do not let social media destroy your expectations. You do not need to become a millionaire in 6 months. You do not need to buy a Lamborghini next year. You do not need to impress strangers online. You need consistency. That's it. Because consistency compounds in ways beginners massively underestimate. A trader who journals daily for 2 years, reviews mistakes honestly, controls emotions, and respects risk management can completely transform their financial future. Completely. The person struggling today could genuinely become financially free later. Not because trading is easy, because skill compounds, discipline compounds, patience compounds, and most importantly, self-control compounds. That's the hidden power of this journey. The market slowly forces you to become stronger mentally if you refuse to quit. And over time, you stop reacting emotionally to everything in life, not just trading. Because after surviving market pressure repeatedly, normal life pressure starts feeling smaller. That's why many long-term traders become unusually calm people. They've already experienced emotional chaos internally thousands of times. Now, obviously, this journey is not guaranteed. Some people will quit. Some people will never become disciplined enough. Some people will always chase excitement instead of consistency. That's reality. But the people who genuinely survive usually understand something powerful. Success in trading is less about predicting the market and more about mastering yourself. That's the real game. And once you understand that, everything changes. Because now losses stop feeling like personal attacks. Now they become feedback. Now mistakes become lessons. Now journaling becomes valuable. Now patience becomes powerful. And slowly, confidence starts rebuilding. Real confidence. Not fake confidence from motivation videos. The kind built through surviving difficult phases, honestly. And eventually, that confidence starts showing up in every area of life. You carry yourself differently. Think differently. React differently. Because surviving trading forces growth mentally. That's why some traders eventually achieve incredible things afterward. Their dream house, luxury cars, traveling freely, financial freedom for their family, building businesses, living life on their own terms. And honestly, those things are possible. But most people only see the rewards. They never see the years of emotional struggle underneath them. The losses, the discipline, the loneliness, the journaling, the self-doubt, the quiet moments where traders almost gave up completely. That's the real price most people never talk about. Which is why if you are currently struggling, understand this carefully. Do not judge your future based on your current phase. Every skilled trader was once confused. Every profitable trader once made emotional mistakes. Every disciplined trader once lacked discipline. Growth takes time. Real skill takes time. And if you can survive the emotional phase, continue learning. Journal honestly, and remain consistent for the next 2 years. Your life can genuinely become unrecognizable compared to today. Not because of luck. Because you evolved. Because you became stronger mentally. Because you stayed when most people emotionally collapsed. That's why the question is not, can you make money trading? The real question is, can you survive the phase that destroys almost everyone before success arrives? Because if you can, the rewards can change your entire life. And honestly, that possibility alone is why so many people keep fighting through the difficult phase. Not for fast money. For freedom. If this video genuinely helped you see trading differently, subscribe. Because this channel is not about fake luxury or pretending trading is easy. It's about understanding the real psychology, discipline, and mindset required to survive long enough to become consistently profitable. And trust me, that knowledge becomes valuable far beyond trading itself.